There are moments in life when you meet someone who instantly makes you feel seen, understood, and valued. They speak and you listen. They lead and you follow, not because you have to, but because you want to. This kind of influence has nothing to do with manipulation. It's not about power, control, or status. It's about something much deeper. The ability to touch the human soul through authenticity, empathy, and connection. And no one understood this better than Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie wasn't a politician, a millionaire, or a celebrity. He was an observer of human nature, a man who spent his life studying how ordinary people could create extraordinary impact through simple, genuine understanding of others. His philosophy was born not from theory but from experience. He saw that the greatest victories in life are not won in battles or debates, but in hearts and minds. These are the 5 timeless laws of influence. The principles that have changed millions of lives, and if you truly understand them, they can change yours too. The first law is the law of genuine interest. At the heart of human nature is the desire to feel important. Everyone you meet is silently asking one question: do I matter to you? Carnegie discovered that the moment you show genuine curiosity about others, not fake interest but real attention, people begin to trust you instantly. Ask questions that go beyond the surface. Listen not to reply, but to understand. When someone feels that you care about their story, their ideas, their dreams, they open a door that would remain locked to most. Influence begins not when you speak, but when you listen. In a world full of noise, genuine attention is rare. But that's exactly why it's powerful. The second law is the law of appreciation. Carnegie once said, "Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise." He understood that appreciation is the oxygen of the human spirit. Everyone wants to feel valued, to know that their efforts, no matter how small, are seen. But here's the truth: most people are starving for recognition. They work hard, love deeply, try their best, and yet rarely hear the words "I appreciate you." When you offer sincere appreciation, not flattery, not manipulation, you awaken something beautiful in others. You make them feel alive. Appreciation is not weakness. It's one of the most intelligent tools of influence. Because when people feel valued, they naturally begin to value you. The third law is the law of agreement. Carnegie taught that the fastest way to influence someone is to start from a point of agreement. When you begin a conversation by finding common ground, you remove resistance. People don't want to be argued into change. They want to be understood into change. Instead of focusing on differences, focus on what unites you. Start your sentences with "I understand how you feel" or "You're absolutely right." When you acknowledge another person's perspective, you disarm their defenses. You transform opposition into collaboration. Agreement doesn't mean submission. It means emotional intelligence, the wisdom to connect before you convince. The fourth law is the law of perspective. This is the ability to see the world through another person's eyes. It's the cornerstone of all human connection. When you take the time to truly understand what someone values, fears, and hopes for, you gain a level of influence that cannot be faked. Carnegie often reminded his students that people are not creatures of logic, they are creatures of emotion. If you appeal to emotion, if you see life as they see it, you will reach their heart. Perspective is the bridge between minds. It transforms communication into connection. And finally, the fifth law, the law of self-mastery. Carnegie believed that the greatest power of influence begins within. Before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. He taught that calmness is contagious. When you remain centered in the midst of tension, people naturally follow your energy. Influence is not about dominating others. It's about mastering your emotions, your patience, your words. Every time you choose peace over pride, understanding over anger, you become a force of stability in a chaotic world. That's real power. The kind that cannot be taken away. Think of the leaders who changed history. The ones who inspired movements, who healed divisions, who gave hope when others spread fear. Their secret was not control but calm confidence. They led not with authority but with presence. These are the 5 laws that Dale Carnegie left for the world, timeless, simple, and deeply human. Genuine interest, appreciation, agreement, perspective, self-mastery. When you live by these laws, you don't just influence others, you elevate them. You become a mirror of their highest potential, and in doing so, you discover your own. Imagine a world where every conversation is rooted in understanding, where people feel seen instead of judged, where influence is used to heal instead of divide. That world begins with you, every time you choose to listen instead of interrupt, to appreciate instead of criticize, to seek agreement instead of victory. You create ripples that change lives. Influence isn't something you do. It's something you become. Carnegie once said, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you." It's not about talking louder. It's about listening deeper. The person who masters these laws doesn't need to chase influence. Influence finds them. Because people remember how you make them feel long after they forget what you said. So as you leave this message today, ask yourself, am I the kind of person who makes others feel important, valued, understood? Do I lead through empathy or through ego? Remember, the most powerful person in any room is not the one who speaks the most, but the one who listens with the most heart. These laws are not theories. They are choices. And the moment you choose to apply them, your relationships, your work, and your life will never be the same. Dale Carnegie didn't just teach how to influence others. He taught how to influence yourself, to rise above fear, to replace judgment with curiosity, and to lead with kindness instead of control. This is the eternal wisdom of human connection. This is the art of influence, and this is the legacy of Dale Carnegie.